Now, this past week, Friday, we saw the NIO stock closing down by 9%, which this came after NIO had announced their Q4 earnings results, which though some of the retail investors don't take those earnings as positive or as showing progress, especially looking at where NIO is coming from, or to others, retail investors, including myself, I definitely think that those earnings were not bad at all. NIO, I think it is showing a lot of growth, or it is a company that is growing, which is why we are seeing their earnings results in terms of revenue generation and the other things growing every time they report their quarterly earnings, which is something that I think, or I believe, it should definitely encourage you to probably stay longer or stay long into this NIO stock, because this is a stock which is just set to do very well. Now, you remember that tomorrow NIO, it is a very big day on NIO, because NIO will be starting to deliver their first sedan ever since their existence, called the ET7. Now, the ET7, you remember that this is a vehicle that so many people, not just in China but even outside of China, like a lot, because this is a vehicle that is quite a beauty, and it is attracting so many people to want to find or get their hands into this vehicle. Now, to finally see that NIO will be starting to deliver this vehicle tomorrow is something that I think, as an investor of NIO, it makes me to be excited, because I've been patiently waiting for this day, and there are those that were saying that they don't believe that NIO will start with the deliveries of this car on Monday, and to finally get to see that NIO is indicating that come what the Monday they will be delivering this car. I think it's something that, as a NIO investor, you should be proud of, because it is showing that we are seeing some serious growth onto this NIO stock. Now, one of the good things about the ET7 that just happened recently is that the CEO came, I think it was on Friday, and announced or comment to say that the NIO ET7 orders are way beyond the 15,000 orders which the media is busy spreading. He did indicate or gave us that they, though we can't disclose by how much, but they are way beyond that 15,000 which the media is spreading, which is something that, as a NIO investor, this just says to show you the demand that we are going to see, or we are yet to see, of this ET7 model. ET7 is one of the models that will definitely boost the deliveries of NIO, which is why I think, I personally think that NIO will become that company that so many investors probably are going to regret not taking this low trading price and probably load the boat. And yes, I know that there are issues right now with the COVID cases in China, with the delisting fears, which I personally believe that it's a short-term thing, and one way or the other we are going to get this thing being resolved, and long-term I believe that NIO is gonna be that gold stock that so many of the people are going to regret not taking this opportunity from the low trading prices that we are currently seeing on this stock. I mean, big institutions like Citi, Morgan Stanley and Deutsche Bank remain to be bullish, and they are still having or have covered a buy rating on this NIO stock, which is something that is truly amazing. I mean, and today we just read that ARC of Cathy Woods just also bought shares of NIO, which is something that is truly amazing, and it just has to open up your eyes to see the opportunity that these big investors, big financial institutions are seeing on this NIO stock. Speaking of institutions, you remember that already I've indicated to you that already Deutsche Bank believes that NIO, they will be able to deliver over 38,000 of this ET7 model this year, which is something that is truly amazing, and it has to motivate you to probably stay long onto this NIO stock. And you will remember something that I'll remind you again and again is that NIO CEO in December, after the new day, confirmed that even for the year 2022, which is this year, they are planning to maintain, or they believe that they will maintain the 100% delivery rate, meaning that they are to deliver vehicles of over 180,000 this year, which is something that is truly amazing. Now, NIO this year, you'll remember that besides the ET7, they'll be starting with the deliveries of the ET5 and the ES7, which is the SUV, which is something that is truly amazing. And of course, these are, or all these three new models will be delivered this year, which is something that I definitely think that it will boost their revenues and deliveries, which is something that I think, or I have no doubt that they can get to that 180 or over 180,000 vehicles or deliveries for this year, which is something that I believe it has to motivate you to probably stay long onto this NIO stock. Now, I'm very excited with the fact that, like I said, NIO will be delivering this ET7. But one thing that I think I should, of course, alert you probably is that I don't think for these few months to come, like March, April, you are to expect probably the ET7 to come and seriously be the ones impacting the NIO deliveries. As you remember that right now NIO is currently producing this vehicle in one factory called the Jack NIO factory, which right now it stands its production capacity, I think it's still around 120,000, but before the end of first half of this year, which is before June, we are to expect that factory to have a capacity of around 300,000 with the double shifts, which is something that is truly amazing. So the deliveries, I think, yes, they won't fly over 20,000. I don't think so this first half. I think that the only time probably we're going to see more than 20,000 deliveries out of NIO probably is the second half, because in the second half you remember that that's when the NIO Park plant starts with the production. We can expect at least to start to see NIO delivering over 20,000 vehicles in a month, which is something that is truly amazing. But for this month, which is the exact same thing, by the way, that Deutsche indicated, that to say that in their Q2 or in the NIO Q2 deliveries, we can expect NIO to start delivering between 15,000 to 20,000 deliveries. And of course they know that this obviously will come or will be coming out of the Jack NIO factory, which will be having a production capacity of over 300,000. So NIO, it is a company that in the second half, when it comes or when you talk of deliveries, it will be delivering quite good numbers, which is something that as an investor, I personally think that it ought to motivate you to probably stay long onto this NIO stock. Now, NIO is a company that I will say again, I remain bullish, because this is a company which is just set to do very well and its fundamentals are very strong. And though to others those Q4 earnings were not maybe good, but to me I still think that those earnings were not bad at all, which is something that it's making me to continue to be very bullish onto this NIO stock. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I make tons and tons of stock market and investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit that like button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that YouTube can notify you every time I release a video. And before you load the board or before you start investing probably into this NIO stock for the very first time, please do make sure that you do your own due diligence so that at least you can be comfortable when you are investing into this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.